What grossed you out so much in a relationship that you just left?
Dated a girl for a while, always seemed really well put together. Nice clothes, hair, and makeup. We usually hooked up at my place. Went to her apartment once, the smell when she opened the door should have been enough. There were dirty diapers, overflowing trash cans in every room of the house. There was a super small walkway through the mounds of dirty clothes to the bathroom. And to make it worse, there were used paper plates on top of the mountain of dirty dishes in the sink. She proudly pointed out a moldy dish and said that it was from when she cooked dinner for 2 of our mutual friends. 3 months prior. Nope, the hell out of there.
My sister was like this. She currently seems to be recovering, mostly due to the guy she's with right now who is willing to help her make better habits. We grew up in a hoarder home, yes, like the TV show. She and I are the most normal out of the 4 kids our parents had. I learned how to clean up after myself by joining a minimalist Christian cult after high school. It's a long story. Our brother lives in his car and our sister lives in an adult foster home. You never know why people are f***ed up. It's not your job to help them and it's okay to leave. But I think her guy is so good because he had a terrible childhood, too, so he gets it. My ex used to say, constantly, that she wanted to be inside my skin. It was her way of saying she desired me, but it was fucking weird and off-putting, so I asked her to stop and she couldn't understand what was so uncomfortable about what she was saying. Pretty soon after that I went on a week-long work trip and 3 days into it she called and told me the whole time I've been gone she wanted to cheat on me. Then she asked me if she could see other people while I'm gone. I broke up with her pretty much instantaneously.
It was 2 separate incidents, but long story short, one night she got super drunk at my sister-in-law's house. After spilling a second glass of red wine on my Sil's white carpet, we opted to move her glass further away from the edge of the table. As soon as we left, she screamed, like full-fledged raged, at me for not defending her. The very next time we were together, she got drunk again and accused me of trying to cheat on her. I've never cheated on anyone, and threw her purse at me. I let things calm down and explained to her that I grew up in a house chock full of domestic violence and that was an absolute line in the sand. And for that reason, I was out.
He showed me, with excitement, a box of things he'd been collecting from me without my knowledge. This included strands of my hair taped up neatly, bobby pins and hair pins I had in from prom, my fingerprints and saliva sample that he took out of the trash from our forensics class experiments. He thought this was a romantic gesture or something, but it just made really realize how creepy and obsessive he is. He was also very controlling and got jealous/mad at me for hanging out with my sister, or spending time on my laptop or with my dog. And he also admitted to me that he stalked my FB interests to pretend he knew and liked what I liked, researching the games I played and music I listened to so he could bring it up in conversation. Total psycho.
I have told this story about a dozen times on Reddit. The first night I slept at my ex's apartment. I woke up in the middle of the night to an extremely loud scraping noise. It was inside my ear. A roach had crawled into my ear and was scraping against my eardrums with its legs/antennas/whatever. It was the most awful feeling I've ever experienced. I used tweezers to try to get it out, and when I pulled them out after a few times, only half the roach came out. Had to go to the ER to get the rest out and get antibiotics. I had a horrible ear infection for a couple of weeks. The worst part was her saying it happens to my son all the time. Like WTF? Found out she had 4 wrappers and trash under her bed. Clean your fucking house. It has literally haunted me and given me PTSD. When I'm sleeping, if I hear the slightest noise I jump up and swat uncontrollably around my head/ears. My wife was shocked AF the first time I did it when we were dating, but since I told her, she fully understands LOL.
Her breath was so bad I couldn't make out with her. All I could think of was, don't vomit, don't vomit. Edit, first date led to make-out session, but alcohol was involved and either masked the smell or my horniness plus liquid courage just made me not give it a second thought. Second date we ate some super spicy curries and that either dulled my senses enough or again, My horniness, and lots of kissing breaks, got me through it and we made it to third base. My horniness prevailed. Third date, both of us just went right to my place for and her breath just really was unbearable. She went down on me and I couldn't perform because I was so devastated from her breath that I was just trying to not vomit. She wouldn't let me go down on her, which looking back on things probably was a good thing. TLDR, her bad breath made me nauseous and impotent. My horniness could not overcome it and that was the last we hung out.
She was almost perfect for the first year that we dated. To the point to where I considered marriage with her. Our leases were up around the same time, so we decided to move in together. Not even a month into us living together, she turned into a completely different person. She started instigating fights over very small things, blowing things out of proportion, accusing me of cheating when I'd have to work late. She'd pack her things to leave but would never actually leave, just like the fight of me trying to talk her down. One day we were at a movie store in the mall together and I was looking at the back of a movie at the description. She accused me of ogling over the actress that was on the movie case. Stormed out of the movie store, left the mall, left me there with no ride home and didn't answer her phone. I got the f*** out of there as soon as I could. After I left, she'd text me paragraphs of apologies begging me to take her back or she'd kill herself. Sent me pictures of her killing herself. I had to have her number blocked. She then started stalking me at work and coming to my friend's house that I was staying at. Ended up getting a restraining order against her.
I was on a girls' trip I booked months in advance, a festival. He showed up there and brought one of the other boyfriends with him. I hated it but couldn't do anything but just accept his arrival. Got into a fight with the girls. He did not involve them either with this surprise. Later on, he kept doing this. Internship abroad, he shows up, forcing my roommate to leave. Dinner 1:1 with my dad, he shows up. I moved out because I needed space, he books a trip we cannot cancel. Broke up with him afterwards. He kept showing up at my hometown and even work. It has been 2 years and he texted me congratulations when I got married last year, but all I can feel is anxiety about his control issues. Edit, thank you for all the replies. This was in 2018, haven't heard from him since 2021, my wedding I forgot it is almost 2 years ago lol. Last I heard he has a girlfriend and he doesn't know where I live now. No worries. Also I think it was a family issue, his mother used to call me after the breakup as well saying I ruined their lives. Well, I am glad I got out of that crazy family, no need for self-defense.
Junior year in high school I got a girlfriend for the first time. She was popular, beautiful, and out of my league. She took my virginity and I was crazy about her. The more I got to know her on a personal level, the more I believed that she wasn't that great of a person. Her family was beyond obnoxious but a small price to pay for a teenager. About 6 to 7 months into the relationship I had dinner with her family at their house. She insisted her older brother tell me this hilarious story. He goes on about how after gym class one day he was left alone with a mentally handicapped student. He tied him up with a volleyball net and left him stranded in the gymnasium screaming. The entire family was howling laughing listening to this. I broke up with her a couple days later.
I was dating someone for a month and things were going well. Then there were a couple of weekends where they were just acting weird and distant. Things started to get back on track. They started really pestering me about what I was going to do to celebrate my birthday and didn't listen to me at all when I said that I usually get a dessert and call it a day. He started saying that was unacceptable and that I should celebrate my birthday. He planned out a whole birthday weekend getaway at a nearby location and I started to get excited because it felt special. Anyway, my birthday was on a Monday. He conveniently called on Thursday to cancel, not to reschedule, because he would be working from Friday to Tuesday, right? He had never worked weekends before but it was kind of believable because he was a commercial contractor. He sent me texts over the weekend purporting to be working and sent pictures of him working, I guess for proof. I checked the metadata on the pics and they were taken a year earlier LMAO. Yeah, that was the end of that. Why would you push for something that you had no intentions of following through with? I had said many times I was content with the way I celebrated my birthday and it wasn't a big deal. I was confused and just overall disgusted, and I couldn't look at that person the same. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.